square root. What is the square root of 16?
4.
4. So it's plus or minus 4. This is the case 1,
Case 2.
case 2. Yeah. So x plus 3 equals 4. X plus 3 equals minus 4. So what are your two answers here?
X equals -7 and wait. X equals 1 and x equals -7.
Yes, you got it. Okay. Do you want to do another one like that or try a different type of problem?
We can do another one like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is parentheses x minus 1 squared minus 3 equals 6. Okay.
Do you want me to give you the last?
Yeah. Well, why don't you just talk me through this one? What would you do first to solve?
I would think you add 3.
Yes, you add 3 to both sides. Very good. So it's x minus 1 squared equals 9.
And then you square both of them to plus or minus, so you get x minus 1 plus or minus 9.
Square root of 9.
Squared, yeah.
Okay, so it's x minus 1 equals plus or minus
3.
what's 3? And then this is the case 1, case 2.
And then you'd get x plus 1 equals 3, right? Or no?
X minus 1 equals 3.
And
X
then
minus
x
1.
minus 1 equals -3.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. X equals 3 and x equals -3.
What are your final answers?
X equals 4 and x equals 2. Sorry.
-2. -2. Because you're adding 1 to both sides becomes.
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to do one more of those or move on to something else?
We can move on, yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna next solve by factoring. This was the guess and check. Solve by factoring. So let's say it's x squared minus 2x minus 15 equals 0. This is where you're going to write two binomials, and the numbers that go in here are based on this number -15. Do you remember that from before? I don't know if we covered it or not.
Wait, what?
So it's a guess and check method. You look at -15 and you break it apart.
I did some of this in math lab at school, but I don't think we did this together, did we?
I'm not sure. I want to say
I don't
probably
think,
not.
yeah, I don't think we did.
Would you like us to cover that, or do you want us to move on
Yeah,
to something
we could
else?
do this, yeah. That's
Okay,
good because I haven't really.
let me make
100%
an easier problem then, because this is not a good one to start with, especially if you haven't seen it before. X squared, let's go plus 6x plus 8 equals 0. Okay, so the game here, the what you're going to do to get this answer is you look at that last number 8 and you break it up.
Would it be x plus 2, x
Yes.
plus 4?
Yes, very good. Now, you're not done. You have to set these equal to 0. You have to set x plus 2 equal to 0, x plus 4 equal to 0.
Okay.
And you have to solve both of those.
Okay. Would you just like subtract 2 and then get x equals -2?
Yes,
And subtract 4, x equals -4.
yes. Okay. All right, so let me quickly pull up. I'm glad you're able to do that one really quickly because that allows us to move on to more difficult ones. What if it's something like this? X squared minus 11x plus 10. So this one is a little bit different. Somewhat of it's the same idea though. You're still looking at this last number to get to the middle number.
Um, let's see. Oh, not really sure on this one.
Okay, so this time, two numbers that multiply to 10. So you might think of 1 and 10 and 2 and 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Do these add up to -11? Do either of these add up to -11?
Yes. Well, no.
It has to be negative. So then you have to change these numbers. Now, if you make them both negative, do they still multiply to -10? Is -1 times -10 +10?
Yeah, it is, right?
Yes. So if you need to get, if you're trying to get a negative number here, and this one's positive, they're both negative.
Okay. Okay, so you can just change it to negative.
If it still works, because -1 times -10 is 10, -2 times -5 is
Yeah.
10.
Okay, cool. And then it would be x plus -1 or x
So
minus 1.
x minus 1, x minus 10.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Equals
Now,
0.
yeah, now you've got to keep going here. You've got to solve by setting them equal to 0.
So x plus -1 or x minus 1 equals 0.
That's right. And then
And
x minus,
x minus 10 equals 0.
yes.
X equals 10, x equals 1.
Okay, so here's let me give you a new one to try that's like that. Let me know when you're ready for that.
Yeah, that's cool.
X squared minus 7x plus 10 equals 0. This one's like the previous one. You have to look at that.
Yeah.
Look at 10 to find -7.
So you break up the 10, right?
That's right.
So it would be x minus 2, x minus 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
And
but you're not done there. You gotta keep going.
0. X minus 2 equals 0, x minus 5 equals 0, and you'd get x equals 2, x equals 5.
Okay, let me give you another one to look at here. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got, let's clear the screen here. X squared minus 10x plus 24 equals 0.
I'm trying to think of a number. Might take me a little bit.
It's good to start just from the beginning, like 1 and 24,
Oh yeah, I do.
2
Yeah,
and
I'm just trying to
12.
do it in my head really quick and think of one.
I would recommend making a list. That's the only way you're gonna for sure get it.
Oh, okay. So it would be x minus 2 x plus 10.
It's got to get it.
Or
So
no. Oh my
so
gosh.
so so 2 and 12, they work, but in this case they're both negative.
For
So
12, yeah.
negative 2 to negative 12 gets you to 24,
Negative 2 to negative 12, yeah.
but they don't add to negative 10. They add to negative 14.
Oh yeah, it's a negative 10. Okay. So then it would, I'm not sure, yeah.
How about 4? Negative 4 times
6.
negative 6. What
Yeah,
does that add to?
that would work. That would both add to negative 10.
Okay, so there's your answer. X minus 4.
X minus 6. Then it equal x equals 4 and x equals 6.
Okay, so give me your final answers for this, please.
X equals 4
And
and x equals 6.
yes, very good. Okay. All right, let's have you do last one here before we move on to kind of another related type of factoring.
Okay.
Go ahead and try this one on your own, please. Just give me the 2 answers when you're all done.
Would it be x minus 5x plus 1?
So to answer your question here, does 1 and 5 multiply to 6?
No.
No, it adds up to 6. You want numbers that multiply to 6, so it can't be 1 and 5.
X minus 2 x minus 3.
Yes. Okay, so what is the final answer here?
X equals 2 and x equals 3.
Very good. Okay. Well, I hate to put you to sleep on this last one, but it's a necessary continuation here. But I'll try to make it as as minimal as possible here. X squared minus x minus 2 equals 0. So this is a different case altogether. You're again going to start with that number on the right, minus 2. Okay. So the challenging part of this one is that your answer to get to negative 2, it's either 1 and negative 2 or negative 1 and 2. One's positive and one's negative, one's negative, one's positive. Okay. Now, which of these add up to the middle number, negative 1?
Negative 1 and 2.
Negative 1 and 2 add up to
Or negative
positive 1.
negative 1 and negative 2.
The one's positive, one's negative. So 1 plus negative 2 gets you to negative 1. So see how easy it is? You just did it just now. There's only 2 possibilities, and you've got to correctly add to get to the right number. So in this case, it's the first 2.
Yeah.
It's x plus 1, x minus 2 equals 0. Okay, so you have to, and then again, you set them each equal to 0. X plus 1 equal to 0. X minus 2 equal to 0. X equals minus 1. X equals 2.
All right. Yep.
Okay, so let's try another one here. Let's try x squared minus 5x minus 6.
Okay.
Again, you focus on that last number there, and you're going to have one positive and one negative. One positive and one negative. That's like -1 and 6, 1 and -6. -2 and 3, 2 and -3.
Would
Do
it
any
be
of
negative x minus 1, x plus 6?
so the first two add up to +5.
So,
So it's 1 plus -6 gets you to -5. So it's the second one.
okay.
It's so easy to get off, just be off by that. So x plus 1, x minus 6. Because your solutions, like if this were multiple choice, all the solutions would be there. You'd have -1 and 6, 1 and -6.
Yeah.
So here you got x plus 1 equals 0. X minus 6 equals 0. So that's x equals -1. X equals 6. All right, last one here. Let's go x squared minus 3x minus 10 equals 0.
X squared 3x plus 10.
Like 1 and -10, -1 and 10, 2 and -5, -2 and 5. Do any of those add to -3?
Yeah, -2 or +2 and -5 equal
Yes,
-3.
yes. So it becomes x plus 2, x minus 5 equals 0. All right, so that means x plus 2 equals 0. X minus 5 equals 0. So x is -2. X is 5, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do have to stop here for today.